knocked my eyes out on that one. Hey y'all, what's going on?
It's me, Majora.
And I'm out here just, stretching my cords with a stretch cord. Why? Because, just trying to burn off some of the stress, some of the anxiety, get the muscles working, get back in shape, get out of this quarantine habit. No, I'm just messing around. But why don't I join you? Give me a sec.
Shall I?
How's that? Beautiful, isn't it? Can you see the stars out tonight? Okay, I'm all jokes. This is actually my second take here, but that's okay. We're just chilling. We're hanging loose. And we are here for a new installment in a community favorite, Table Topics. Welcome to the table. Table Topics is a series where I invite you, the viewer, to partake in some community question around some video game topic. Be it through video response or the comments. I'm excited to hear your perspective on the situation and the topic. Shouldn't call it a situation. Let's call it an event. How about that? That's better, right? My bird's here. Every time my bird's in a video, then it's an event. So last month I asked about pride and gaming, and what's one memory of gaming that you're especially proud of? Thank you to VG Mashup for participating. That was an awesome response. I loved your perspective on the Spider-Man series and how you're proud of the family aspect of playing them with your family. So ladies and gentlemen, go check out VG Mashup's response. I'll have it in the community table topics playlist below. With that being said, this month's a little different. I want to talk about something we all face, and that is stress and video games. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are you getting stressed out playing video games? That doesn't make any sense. Come on, T. Come on, I thought you loved video games. I thought you loved playing it. Well, you can love things and have stress. You can have good stress. You can have bad stress. Stress exists. And it definitely is not exempt from this medium of video games. I'll tell you that much. From if a simple perspective of being a content creator alone, there's a lot of stress there. In terms of keeping up with deadlines and making content around video games and having to play a whole game before a video. And I've faced that. I'm not going to talk about that today, but that is an angle. And others, just even attaining some certain video games, that can be stressful. And then also you could just attribute stress to a lot of memories that come with particular games. And so the community question is, what is one video gaming memory that you attribute some type of stress to? And what have you done to navigate and or resolve the issue underlying that stress? For me, I want to talk about one memory that I have from my formative years of, my late teens, early 20s. So this goes back to college. When I left for college, it was, a whole country away. I went from New York to Hawaii. And when I don't think I brought my DS with me maybe, but I didn't have any of my consoles. So when I came back for that winter break, first thing I grabbed was I headed to my bedroom and I grabbed that Nintendo 64, all of my games, put them in my suitcase. And my N64 actually has a little chip in it in the corner because of that. I'm going to let the phone ring and then come back. All right, I think I'm good. So there I was, coming back from my winter recess, and now I was the kid on campus with the N64. I was the kid on campus with a copy of Mario Kart 64, GoldenEye, Banjo-Tooie, a lot of great games, and ones that I love and hold near and dear to my heart, as well as the N64 memories. Point though is that nobody else had this thing. Everybody had 360s, and they were playing Call of Duty and Battlefield, and here I was, the retro gamer on campus. So anytime somebody came to my room, they knew they could come play some of the Nintendo 64. And a lot of fondness for that. A lot of fondness for those memories. Fast forward a year to sophomore year, I move in with a bunch of guys who are really close to me. I'm going to leave them unnamed for the sake of the video. And we shared a commons area. So we had a 4-room dormitory. This was nice because we each had our own individual room. Compared to the previous year, we were sharing a space with another person. So, on my side was my bed, and then on his side was the other bed. And, nothing against neither of my other two friends I live with, but, it gets kind of tiring after so long. You share a tiny little area. And I remember, I didn't have a TV. So I used to play my Nintendo 64 in my friend's room. And this friend, he was a very strong personality, very kind of like dominant, super masculine, etc. Not your typical thing when you think of like big bulky. He's not like that, but he's just, he was very assertive, let's just say. And so we kind of asserted like it was still a common, so we would keep the N64 in his room and we would play it that way, and that way he could still enjoy it, and I didn't mind. My N64 is getting some love. That's not a bad thing to me. I get to spread the love of the 64. And for some reason, the only game anyone ever wanted to play, him included, was Mario Kart 64. They loved the competitive aspect. They loved the little glitches you could do in Wario Stadium and Rainbow Road to like kind of cheat over through half of the course, and we just played that game for endless hours. So one day, coming like out of class, I think it was still in class, he's texting me saying, "Teddy, your copy of Mario Kart's not working. I think your Nintendo 64 is broken." And anybody that has a Nintendo 64 knows that when a cartridge in the system isn't working, all you gotta do is this. Oh, it's working. But he said to me, "I think your thing's broken. I think we need to throw it out." And just imagine somebody telling you they want to throw out your video game console. They want to just throw it out. I was pissed. I was so mad about that. I texted him. I said, "Don't you dare. Don't you throw that away." That is, and I understand now why people who, hoard a lot of things, or they have a lot of items, when people start coming over and like cleaning up your house or something like that, I understand why they tell them to stop. That is not their stuff. Okay? That is not their stuff to take ownership over. And here I was living with a guy who, yeah, he's my friend, wanted to take ownership over one of my prized possessions, the thing I'm so proud of and that I love. Nuh-uh. So I came home, and here he was ready to throw this out, convinced the thing was broken. And he was trying to talk to me, saying, "Yeah, Teddy, I think it's broken. It's not going to work anymore." Just keeping my quiet, turn the TV on, take my card in Mario Kart, do a little blow, hold it in the console. While I'm holding with this hand, I flick the on switch with the other. I do that 2 or 3 times, and it works. And it wasn't about, and I told you so. It wasn't about like me trying to rub it in his face. It was just me saying, "Hey, don't threaten me or my stuff to take ownership over it, because it's not yours to do." And I didn't say that vocally, but I know that the action communicated that at the very least. So from then on, we didn't have a problem with that. But the real resolution would have been to set a bigger boundary. Like, I could have just held on to it in my room and done that. I probably would have been perceived as stingy. But I think a clear line of communication, like at the end of the day, this is mine, and anything that happens to it, you are responsible for. Like maybe that could have helped. It's not a situation that's necessarily exclusive to me as a 20-year-old, although the way that rolled out is probably that's the only time that's ever going to happen. But, I live with my girlfriend. We share electronics. We share a lot of these devices. And so it's not exclusive to, my time in college. So that was an especially stressful gaming experience for me, but one that I think has been resolved since. I've since fixed up my N64. It works beautifully. Check out the 1UP cartridge console cleaner review I did last year. And that thing fixed all of my cartridges and my system. It's just magic. With that being said, what is one stressful memory you attribute to video games or a video game? I would love to hear. Video responses welcome. I will add them to the community table topics playlist. Thanks for watching. Until next time. I don't have a follow-up to that. Just say, until next time. How about that? All right, T out.